everybody, Laura here from My Favorite Things. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a fun project to share with you featuring several of the new March release goodies with My Favorite Things, and I'm going to be starting with some Bristol. Now, I don't know if you call it Bristol cardstock or paper or board, or you can just call it Bristol. Just stop at that. But I hate to sound like a broken record because I feel like I say it every time, but I'm telling you, the Distress Oxide inks blend like butter on the Bristol. They do. And I'm using some springy, sherbety colors here, getting in the mood for the spring. And I started with worn lipstick, and this color is Wild Honey. And then I did Squeeze Lemonade, a little Twisted Citron, and lastly, Tumbled Glass. So the Wild Honey is a great bright orangey yellow, but in the end I decided it just wasn't enough orange for me. I needed more orange, so I pulled out my favorite, the Spice Marmalade, which was just the perfect oranginess for what I was wanting. I needed more contrast for the yellow. And then now I'm going in with the Tumbled Glass, which is very light, so I had to go over it and over it and over it. I kind of sped this video up because it did take me a while. But I wanted a light base coat before I lay down the Ray of Light stencil, which is gorgeous. I love a nice ray stencil. It always looks fabulous. Gives such a beautiful, movement to the panel. Anyway, I'm laying down the same colors that I just did. Worn lipstick, Spice Marmalade, Squeeze Lemonade. You get the idea. But this time, I'm going a little bit more heavy-handed, if you will. A little more pressure, trying to get a lot of ink on the sponge. I want the rays to be darker, but I still got that base coat. So it's not going to be like a real stark contrast. It's still going to be like tone on tone, but it's going to be rainbow rays. Hello. So when I pull this up, bada boom. Look at that. I love it. Okay, that just speaks to me. Now, I'm going to do the flicks. Flicks are controversial. You know, sometimes you want them, sometimes you hate them. It's like, you know what I mean? So I'm flicking on some flicks of water, and then I like to take a paper towel and sop it up. And I will say that the flicks turn out mighty fine on the Bristol. Yes, they do. And then now I'm moving on. Going to be using this adorable Cottontail Cutie die set. And I kept it all together and ran it through with a couple different colors of solid color cardstock. So my bunny's going to be cream. And I did a little white, little black, little pink. And I've been adhering it all together with glossy accents. I forgot to mention, I don't know what I did wrong with my camera. I'm forgetting a few things today, but I die cut, as you can see, one of the A2 rectangle frames that's laying on my ink blended panel there. That's going to be used to kind of create a frame-like effect. So I'm adhering all the bunny pieces together. And you know, this is the third month they've come out with a cute little critter. So I have a raccoon. I think there is a fox. And now we have the Cottontail Cutie. Here's another thing I forgot to get on my camera. I flicked on some Distress inks. I just smushed a little worn lipstick and some peacock feathers on an acrylic block, picked it up with a wet brush, and flicked it on for some added texture onto my ink blended panel. And now you got to add a rosy cheek. I mean, you got to add a rosy cheek. And these little detail blending tools are perfect with a little sponge sugar. It's the perfect rosy cheek. Now I'm trimming down the Cottontail Cutie body because I only want just a little sliver of his torso. I'm keeping everything inside that A2 rectangle frame, popping it up, and then I'm giving this Cottontail Cutie a couple of arms. Not that you really had to, because I think it looked pretty darn cute without the arms. But with the arms, it looks like it wants to give you a hug. And I mean, come on. So now for a sentiment. I am embossing a sentiment from the Sweet Friends stamp set. And it just simply says, "Hi, sweet friend." So I embossed it in white on a strip of black cardstock. I'm heating that with my heat gun. I'm going to start adhering this card. So I put some tape runner on a white card base, adhering the whole panel on top of there. Got a little bit of foam tape on the back of my sentiment strip, just a couple of pieces because I got to finagle it between all the other popped up parts. And this little springy rainbow raid flicked background with the Cottontail Cutie is finished. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.